It is 6 a.m. in Washington, 11 a.m. here in London. I'm Monita Rajpal.
And I'm Zain Verjee. You're watching CNN, the world's news leader. This is World One.
But first, she was once one of the most powerful people in British media. But right now, Rebekah Brooks is facing a public grilling into press ethics and the close relationship between the British media and its politicians. Brooks is the former chief executive of News International, owned by Rupert Murdoch. She was previously at the helm of his best-selling Sunday tabloid, The News of the World, which was last year engulfed in allegations of illegal phone hacking. The scandal forced Murdoch to close down the tabloid, and Brooks quit her job at News International. She was later arrested by police. For analysis on this, we're joined here in the studio by Paul Connew. He's a former deputy editor of The News of the World. And we heard there our reporter, Atika Schubert, talking about what Rebekah Brooks has been saying about the kind of relationship, the formal relationship that she has had with the politicians. But it has been reported that she invited a few of them to her own wedding. That's not a formal relationship.
No, I think what's happening at the moment is Robert JQC is taking it chronologically, so therefore we may get later on in the day.
Mr. Connew, thank you very much. Of course, we'll be checking in with you throughout the day here as we continue to keep our eye on the questioning and the testimony there. Appreciate that.
We'll see if she maintains that straight bat. Well, over her journalistic career, Rebekah Brooks built up a really strong and close relationship with some of the most powerful people in the world. That's what we've been hearing in this inquiry.
She'll continue to keep our eye on the Leveson inquiry and take you back there momentarily. But we also want to bring you up to date on some of the other stories that we're focusing on here on World One. New details are continuing to emerge about the agent sent by Saudi intelligence officials to infiltrate Al-Qaeda. The agent revealed a plot to blow up a U.S.-bound jetliner. The correspondent Nick Robertson joins us now with some insight into these new revelations. Nick.
One of the things that concerns Saudi intelligence officials here is that these leaks initially began in Washington.
Car bombings are the single deadliest attack since Syria's uprising began, but it is the latest in a series of suicide blasts to hit major cities in the country. CNN's Awa Damon has more now from neighboring Beirut.
Filming the plume of smoke from the first blast, the voice on this video posted to YouTube.
We want to take you back now live to the Leveson inquiry here in London, where Rebekah Brooks, the former News International chief executive and the former editor of The News of the World, is giving evidence, and she has been asked about social encounters that she has had with the Murdochs as well as with the politicians here, leading politicians here in the country.
So,
very indirectly.
Well, we're joined in the studio by Paul Connew. He's a former deputy editor of The News of the World. Paul, again, for all of us to, I guess, to really hone in on why it's important that we hear this testimony, why this testimony is actually taking place right now, is the fact that why there is, I guess, what's contentious, the relationship between a newspaper editor or a media company such as News International, News Corp, and the politicians.
Yes, especially against the backdrop of the News Corp bid to take over the rest of the stock of...
momentarily, but we want to focus on some other stories as well. We want to talk about Greece now, and could it be third time lucky for Greek lawmakers as they scramble to form a government? The prospect of another round of elections is looking likely, as Evangelos Venizelos, the leader of the Socialist PASOK party, and that is at the heart of it all, isn't it? While they're having their discussions and what they want to do, what they don't want to do, what they agree with, what they don't agree with, people are still needing to live, and it's very difficult to do so.
It is very difficult to do so, and they're obviously watching these coalition talks very closely, because whoever forms the new government
right now. Jim, thank you. A rare loss on clay for Rafael Nadal, and he's seeing red about the color of the court too. Amanda Davis joins us now with details on that. Is he seeing red because he lost, or?
Yeah. This is amazing, this story, and it just you'd think maybe the players have now had a chance to get used to it, but no, it's not getting any better at all. It's not making any more friends, the blue clay. Rafael Nadal and Novak Djokovic have both threatened to give next year's Madrid...
Hopefully. Yeah. All right. Amanda, thank you very much. Have a great weekend.
And you.
Thanks.
You're watching World One live from London.
Welcome back. You are watching World One on CNN. Here are some of the other stories we're talking about today, this Friday. It's an issue that many mothers want to get off their chest. When do you wean your child off breastfeeding? Well, Time magazine has decided to put that topic to the test with this explosive cover featuring a mother breastfeeding her 3-year-old son. It reads, "Are you mom enough?" and relates to a story about the growing trend of attachment parenting led by Dr. Bill Sears, who encourages women to wear their babies. Yeah, the cover has provoked strong reaction online, including from the actress Alyssa Milano, who called it exploitative and extreme. Now, does this look like the face of a bully to you? Well, it is a photo of a younger Mitt Romney back in high school when he allegedly taunted a classmate for being gay by cutting off his hair. It was first reported by the Washington Post this week, and Romney says he doesn't remember the incident and apologized for any harm done during his time at school. And finally, 2012, this was meant to be the year the world ends. That's according to some interpretations of the Mayan calendar. But a new discovery in Guatemala shows that this might not be the case. Hieroglyphs that date back to the 9th century, predating other Mayan calendars, show that their predictions of time go on and on and on. You get the picture. Rest assured, folks, the world is safe for now. Zain?
Monita, the rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain. Well, being a professional television presenter, I'm telling you, it is really, really tough work. And reading the weather, I mean, that's even harder. But Britain's Prince Charles actually decided to give it a go at the BBC in Scotland. How do you think he did?
The best of the drier and brighter weather will, of course, be over the Northern Isles and the far north of the mainland. So a little hazy sunshine for the Castle of May and Caithness, but a cold day everywhere with temperatures of just 8 Celsius and a brisk northeasterly wind. Thank God it isn't a bank holiday.
This weekend. How did I do? How did I do?
Very well.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm the supportive one, Maury. She isn't. Thanks, we love
Zain.
Thanks, Maury.
Sure, thank you, guys.
You are watching World One live from London. I'm Monita Rajpal.
And I'm Zain Verjee. Thanks a lot for joining us. Now, in just a moment, we're going to be returning to the inquiry into British press ethics, where Rebekah Brooks is answering questions about her ties with the Prime Minister, present and former. Stay with CNN.